Big targets make for big paydays. And when it comes to hunting dragons, we're either all gonna end up rich or dead. Steady now. Here he comes.
My old friend, the bounty hunter. And associates. What brings you here?
Now, hit him fast. Get in a surprise attack with your gunslinger. Get in a surprise attack.
You're not the only one with friends, Wanderer. You should choose your targets more carefully.
In this line of work, it pays to be prepared. Use your spells to take down those dragons. Use your spells to take down those dragons. Gun down the other dragon. With the dragons gone, your units can get another attack.
When will you learn, gunslinger? I'll end you myself.
Tight spot. This old lizard still has some bite. But a steady hand and a bit of luck can get you out of a lot of trouble.
You will suffer for your arrogance.
That was a long time ago. You need a bit of luck to survive out here. But sometimes your luck runs out. I'd had better days. Walked a long road to get to that tree. From Roland's dungeons to the Shadowlands and beyond. Never guessed my road would finish with me dancing on the end of a rope, but so it did.
Any last words, traitor?
It don't make much difference, I suppose. But I was always raised to believe you should listen to the truth from a man you're about to kill. And this here truth is the one thing that ain't nobody telling you.
And what truth is that?
The truth of how we ended up here. Of why things are going to hell. Lara. Now there's a story for those who will hear it. Touched by fate, Caiaphas' true-born daughter with Island. She walked away from the throne to chase her own destiny in the Shadowlands. With Azendel to guide her, she went looking for secrets that shouldn't be learned. The poor girl strayed from the path and found herself in the darkness. The Shadowlands will rot your insides and dry you out if you're not careful. It's a deadly place to wander without a guide. I can't say where it was she found Azendel, but there was much he had to teach.
Careful, child. This one is dangerous.
It's nothing I can't handle. Your enemy has no units. You win when your enemy runs out of health. Play the elf by dragging it from your hand.
These were our roots once.
Select both of your units so they can attack together. Your opponent chose to block your elf. Now you can play back alley.
You're not on the list.
Units that are unblockable can't be blocked by enemy units, making them great attackers that can slip past enemy defenses. Each enemy unit can only... That Lethrai Nightblade should help.
Through the shadows.
We must run.
No. I've done enough running.
Weapons are played on your units. They provide bonuses to strength, health, and sometimes have additional effects. Attack with your Nightblade.
That wasn't so tough.
Patience, girl.
It's an easy thing to lose your way in that forsaken place, and the Shadow can do strange things to you. Explorers will test the edges from time to time, but the ones who push too far... The Shadowlands will rot your insides and dry you out if you're not careful.
Careful, child. This one.
It's nothing.
It's an easy thing to lose your way in that forsaken place, and the Shadow can do strange things to you. Explorers will test the edges from time to time, but the ones who push too far don't always come out the same.
What happened to you?
Stay back. They've been tainted by the Shadow.
Drag a shadow sigil from your hand to increase your power. Your power has increased. It will refresh at the start of your turn.
Bring it on!
Increase your power again by playing another sigil from. You now have 2 power and can play Flashy Duelist.
Watch me!
Your Remember, you lose the game if your health is reduced to 0. Spells have a one-time effect when played. Drag them to the unit or player you want to affect. Take out that enemy wolf with your spell. Now the coast is clear. Attack with all of your units.
Happy hours.
The enemy outlaw can only block one of your units. Attack! Another sigil will let you play the 4-cost bouncer.
You're not on the list.
Drag your bouncer to block a Even though your units are damaged in battle when they block, they recover all of their health at the end of each turn. Units with Infiltrate provide a special effect the first time they damage the enemy player. Look for opportunities for them to get past enemy blockers. Attach that amulet to one of your units. That hound is exhausted and can't block. You can attack and infiltrate.
Right out!
The enemy can only block one.
The poor things. What did this to them?
With her father's death and the Eternal Throne sitting empty, Vara was wanted back in Argentport. Her uncle Roland sent one of his best men to escort her home, whether she wanted to go or not. It seems Vara had other plans.
Vara, you're needed in Argentport.
I go my own way, lackey.
Good. Good.
That's enough. You're coming with me.
The price of progress.
Summon provides an effect when you play the unit. You choose which unit gets -1/-1 after playing the Acolyte. Each new game, you'll need to regain power through playing sigils.
Proud to serve.
Play another Shadow Sigil. Better
Bring it
late.
on!
Better block before your health gets too low. One more power lets you play your Acolyte. Amethyst Acolyte can take...
A small incision.
Rule number 1, don't drop your tools.
The price of progress.
When one of your units with lifesteal deals damage, you will gain that same amount of health. Infused Strike is a nice trick. Attack, and Ironthorn won't see it coming. Now you've got them. Drag Infused Strike to your Acolyte. Thanks to lifesteal, your Acolyte gains you 5 health. You're getting close.
Watch me!
You'll never escape. Rowan will send others. Proud to serve.
When your units die, they go to your void and remain there. Shadowlands Guide can bring one back to fight again.
This way.
Bring it on!
Serpents on the horizon!
Your 7th power lets you play Inspire Obedience. Play Inspire Obedience to take down the soldier. Your units are stronger this turn. Attack and end them. Your units are stronger this turn.
Come, child. I have something that can help.
She survived Ironthorn, but Vara knew others would follow. So when Azendel offered a gift that would hide her from those who would force her to return to Argentport, she gratefully accepted. But as Vara clasped his pendant around her neck, her memories began to fade like smoke. Caleb, the uncrowned prince, they call him. A bastard with a belly full of fire who will never claim his father's throne. When Caiaphas died, Caleb set out to learn his mother's name. He hoped the Praxis mages could prove his blood was true. Help him inherit the title he called his birthright. His journey to their tower was a hard one, and the spellslingers themselves? Well, you never can trust them. Caleb's search for his past began at the walls of Argenport, with an unlucky grunt ordered to bar the gates. Some folks just gotta learn things the hard way.
I'm sorry, sir. Commander Roland has ordered the gates sealed.
You'd make me a prisoner inside my own city?
No, sir, please. I have my orders.
You've got your orders, and I've got my shotgun. Which one do you want to listen to?
I am Seraph. I will prepare you for the many dangers that await in the wide world. Now, let us begin. When a unit with Warcry attacks, the topmost unit or weapon of your deck gets +1 strength and +1 health, or +1/+1 for short. This bonus stacks with each Warcry.
Die with honor.
Your move.
Units with charge can attack the turn you play them. Find opportunities to surprise your enemy with the damage they can do.
I'm leaving.
Play a... With charge, you can play Blazing Renegade and attack with it right away.
Always bring a knife to a gunfight!
Fast spells can be played not only on your turn, but on enemy turns or in reaction to enemy spells.
Hold the gates!
Proud to serve.
Go!
Choose your side!
Oni Ronin is normally a 2/1, but this Ronin was given +2/+2 from Warcry.
Die with honor. Stand aside! Not every weapon needs a blade.
Proud to serve.
Order! Order!
Stand aside! I could use a little help here.
Calderon gunsmiths should do the trick.
With this, you can't miss.
Right on time. I'm leaving now. Don't wait up.
The road to the Praxis Arcanum was a long and dusty hall, and Caleb found the doors sealed when he arrived. His pounding fist near shook the tower, and soon the doorkeeper appeared.
I seek the Mage Marison!
Unfortunately, Mistress Marison is not accepting petitions just now. Perhaps if you return, after the harvest?
I will see her! Now!
Oh, I'm afraid I didn't make myself clear.
Who's out there?
Entomb provides a bonus when the unit is killed. Taking Grenadin will deal 3 damage to the enemy player when it dies.
The journey to Amara is long.
This'll do the trick.
You can shoot down that Oasis Seeker before it has the chance to attack again.
On your feet, Wanderer!
Ride out!
Better block before your health gets too low.
It's written right here.
Charge. Centaur Raid Leader gives your next unit charge. Go on the offensive and attack.
To the slaughter! You're not the only one.
I see.
Time quickens.
Double damage will double all damage from the unit. This includes normal battle damage, but also any other damage the unit may deal. Play your charge unit first.
Brace yourself!
You held them off long enough. End this. You... The enemy chose to block Pit Fighter with 2 units. It'll deal enough to kill 1 blocker, then assign the rest of its damage to the other. Now that the enemy health is low enough, Detonate will finish this.
Marison! Come down from your tower!
Caleb finally faced the mage who could tell him of his mother and help him claim the Eternal Throne. But Marison's rhymes only enraged the prince.
Speak plainly, witch. Who is my mother? Does she live?
The acorn seeks a second tree, when it would thrive as one. unwilling to let secrets be. You are your father's son.
Enough of your riddles! I will force the truth from you if I must!
Back to dust.
Cards require not only power, but also influence to play. You already have 8 power, but to play Caleb, you need 3 fire influence, and you only have 2 at the moment. Playing a fire sigil gives you both 1 power and 1 fire influence. You can wield 1 relic weapon at a time, and can use it to attack once each turn. A relic weapon gets you into the fight by letting you attack enemy units directly. If there are no enemy units, you can attack the enemy player. Drag your weapon to an enemy unit to attack. Drag your weapon to an enemy...
On my signal!
We've found it. You'll be good as new.
To the slaughter!
I'll find my way.
When a card with Warp is on top of your deck, you can see it and play it as if it were in your hand. Your enemy can't see it. You can play Blinkwolf from the top of your deck. Playing Caleb's favor will allow you to draw the fire sigil you need to play Caleb next turn.
Who says you can't play with fire?
Back to dust.
Why must children break what they do not understand?
The rebels are aiming high. Best not let them down.
No! I need answers!
Caleb proved his mettle, but not his wits. He bested the old sorceress in battle, but she told him nothing more. His victory left him no closer to learning his mother's name, or to claiming the Eternal Throne. For Talir, her brother Caiaphas' death was both a tragedy and a mystery. What had happened in the throne room? What had Caiaphas done, and why? Talir needed answers, and she set out to find them. Talir started her search among the witches of the Filmwood. There's some bad magic happening under those trees.
But Talir was never one to be squeamish about a curse or two.
Answer my questions, witch.
Every secret has a price.
Time quickens.
Relics provide bonuses while in play. Xenon Obelisk makes all of your units more powerful, and becomes even stronger once you've reached 8 power. Initiate of the Sands can still attack while it increases your maximum power.
Safe travels, friend.
When a unit with Overwhelm is blocked, if it has more strength than the blocker's health, the extra damage is applied to the enemy player.
Through the shadows.
Tick tock.
We all share.
Who is this? What is that mark on your face?
These were our roots once.
When you draw a card with Fate, you get a bonus effect. Lumen Shepherd plays a wisp for you for free.
Focus, child.
He must not be freed.
Tick tock.
Who was that man? He seemed strange.
Some folk believe mages can read the future in flames. Talir knows better than most, and tracked down a rebel caster rumored to have the gift of prophecy.
You're with us or against us?
I have no quarrel with your rebellion.
They got the jump on you. Hold them off as long as you can. Killer lets the unit attack an enemy unit directly a single time, each damaging the other. This special attack can be made the turn the unit is played. Envelop. You should avoid taking as much damage as possible. You should avoid taking as much damage as possible.
Not quite as planned. Not quite as planned.
Units with ambush can be played at the end of the enemy turn, or during enemy attacks for a surprise block. Now you can ambush an attacker with... Once you've played Dune Phantom, choose which unit you wish to block. Keep them back just a little while longer. Time Weaver will double the cost of a card in the enemy hand, keeping it away for a little longer.
All in good time.
Killer allows your Carnosaur to immediately attack an enemy unit directly. Killer allows your Carnosaur... The... You held them off long enough. End this.
What are these strangers around you?
The Hurus seem much more than they let on. But you gotta be careful when you seek them out. From what I hear, they're as like to feed you to their owls as share the mysteries of the world. Talir needed to know more about the strangers she'd encountered. She needed the owl's wisdom.
At the beginning of each game, you'll have an opportunity to draw a new hand of cards if you wish. You should...
Please, who are these strangers? What do they mean?
Faces in the shadows. Death.
Be gone.
This affects us all.
We stand strong.
Their influence is everywhere.
I'll find my way.
I bring word.
Back to dust.
Tick tock.
Deadly units will kill any unit they damage. Lumen Defender isn't a strong attacker, but it can kill any unit it gets into battle with.
Time heals all. Be redeemed.
Safe travels, friend.
Tick.
Cards with Destiny are played for free when you draw them. You then immediately draw another card.
So much to discover.
The shadows. They are coming. Talir's questions were only turning up more questions. What had the Huru meant about faces in the shadows? She began the journey back to Argenport, fearing that the worst still lay ahead. After the death of her husband, Caiaphas, Island was a queen without a crown. She'd never truly become welcomed in Argenport, even after all these years. She was still an outsider, a savage. She decided to visit her people among the clans of the North, to rediscover the world she'd left behind. Since Caiaphas' death, the roads outside of Argenport have been overrun by bandits. Island had no idea how bad things had gotten, but it didn't take her long to find out.
I'll be taking your...
What led you to this life?
Don't worry about my life, honey. Look after your own.
Stunned units are exhausted and can't block or attack. They remain exhausted during the enemy's next turn.
You aren't welcome here.
These wings suit me just fine.
Echo creates a duplicate copy of a card when drawn. You got an extra Thunderstrike Dragon just for drawing it.
I am the wind and the storm it carries.
You're not on the list.
These were our roots once.
A gift from the East.
You'll do.
These wings suit me just fine.
Are things this bad everywhere?
With enemies at every turn, Island returned to her birth clan. But she didn't quite get the welcome she was expecting. Seems her choices made her no more popular in the Outlands than in Argenport.
my people!
Home? You turned your back on your clan.
Reckless units must attack each turn if they can. Voracious Vasora hits hard, but won't often get the chance to block.
True power lies within.
When you polymorph a unit, it permanently becomes a 1/1 frog for the rest of the game.
Follow my lead.
You aren't welcome here. You aren't welcome here. You aren't welcome here.
How did this happen?
Well, on our way back to the capital, Island found out the hard way that not everybody was eager to see her come home. A Cabal assassin caught up with her in the Filmwood, and her story nearly ended there.
Who sent you?
You don't need to worry about that.
When you scout, look at the top card of your deck, and then
Send a message.
you play a curse on an enemy, where it will provide an ongoing effect that hinders that unit or player in some way.
The ice is deep here.
Watch me!
Right out! You aren't welcome here.
Got him in my sights. Finders keepers.
I am the wind and the storm it carries.
These wings suit me just fine.
Turn back!
Value your life, leave the gold. Someone just made a dangerous mistake.
Island could hold her own in a scrap and survived her homecoming. But why had the clan turned on her, and on whose orders? She got herself back to Argentport, but her city's high walls didn't seem so safe anymore. When Caiaphas died, his uncle Roland stepped in to maintain order and keep the peace. But some folks don't take kindly to iron-fisted tyrants, no matter how noble their ideals. Before long, Roland found himself with a full-fledged rebellion on his hands. He went looking for allies. As the rebellion drew close, Roland looked close to home. Argentport's back alleys hold all manner of folks who call you their friend, for a price. The Cabal are a brutal lot, but they They sure are effective.
It's time for you to stand in defense of the city.
Ha! We already run this city. No need to die for it.
And yet, die you will.
Armor is similar to additional health. Armor also acts as the health for relic weapons, allowing them to survive longer.
Proud to serve.
Empower provides a benefit when you play a power card. Order of the Spire will double his strength and health each time. Units with Endurance ready themselves on both players' turns, allowing them to attack and block. They are also immune to being stunned or exhausted by enemies.
Not on my watch.
I bring word.
Awaiting your command.
A few more adjustments.
Shields!
Serpents on the horizon!
Had enough. Now report to the barracks.
To shore up the capital's defenses, Roland raided the universities for Cambray's best and brightest. There was some resistance at first, but after a training session, there weren't many who objected.
Sorry, Commander, but the students aren't ready.
They're ready enough. Come, I will teach you what they need.
skills include any skill a unit can have that benefit it once played. This includes flying, endurance, lifesteal, and warcry.
Stand aside!
My oath is true, if your coin stays good.
Proud to serve.
For those who cannot.
Do as I do.
Hold them off!
They will be punished.
I fly for the throne.
The throne awaits.
My way!
Not on my watch.
Fall out! We march for Argenport!
It wasn't easy, but the rebels finally breached the gates. Roland saw an old friend across the battlefield, leading the charge against him.
Roland, surrender and you will be treated well.
Argentport will never fall to traitorous scum.
Ultimates provide a one-time bonus. Once you have 6 power, you can spend it to give Copperhall Herald +2/+2.
Just keep moving!
Shields!
You're not fit to rule!
Silence removes all text and skills from a unit. Frontier Confessor will silence an enemy unit when you play him.
You've got a familiar face.
Awaiting your command.
By order of the Auric Gang.
Ready. Aim.
On my signal!
Not every weapon needs a blade. To me! I'll cut you down!
Insolence will not be tolerated. keep coming. I must act.
The rebels ran wild through the streets of Argenport. The Crown Watch couldn't handle their numbers. Roland retreated into his tower and unleashed hell like you've never seen. Waves of magic ripped through the Spire District, and both the rebels and Roland's own people fell like wheat in the storm. In the quiet after the battle, the official story became that the rebels tried to destroy the city. It was only Roland's quick action that kept casualties down. But some know the truth.
Enough lies, traitor. You've talked long enough. Time to die.
Executions just ain't as civilized as they used to be.
Enough! Get him up!
Funny thing about stories. The good ones never end how you expect.